I'm Eve Stevens, editor of Movement.net, and I'm here at Move 2026 speaking to some of the inspiring voices shaping the future of automotive and technology. I have the pleasure of being joined today by Aymen Ismail, Customer Services Director at Smart. Aymen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
First things first, how has your Move 2026 experience been so far?
Honestly speaking, it's been fantastic. I will be honest, the keynotes are great, but the real action happens in the corridors here. Meeting people that are very excited about the mobility world in general is actually really important for me to see, because the industry is facing so many challenges and so many shifts, and having that excitement shared in the corridors with many different experts talking about many different topics, from battery to autonomous driving to SIM cards for the cars. It's actually very fruitful conversations that I'm seeing and hearing and having with many in the corridor. So overall, I can say is that I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to steal some ideas with pride and bring it back with my team. And I'm looking forward to more conversations and more keynotes, because I think the setup and the unique blend of experts and knowledge that you have here in Move 26 is actually very important for the industry. We need these conversations. We need this to happen, and we need it to happen now. So I really appreciate the Move 2026 event so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love about Move. It's getting everyone in the same room. And I love just wandering through the corridors and hearing some of the amazing conversations that are happening and hopefully partnerships forming. So really exciting. I want to talk now about Smart and your mission. Obviously, customer service is your game. I think when we often think about customer service, we think of frustrating call centers or unanswered emails, and maybe very disappointing trips to a dealership where you're trying to be upsold maybe. So at Smart, you're obviously leading the evolution of customer service and incorporating lots of new technologies into that process. Can you expand to our listeners a little bit on what customer service means at Smart and how you have revolutionized the game?
Yeah, actually very interesting. Let me just bring it back to Smart first as a brand. Smart has always been the trend-setting brand, from bringing this small urban mobility car that basically can go everywhere, can park anywhere. We have always been looking to ways to revolutionize the way we do the business for our customers and revolutionize the way we do mobility. That's why we were the first brand to completely convert to electric mobility before anybody else was there doing that, and we're continuing that path. And for us, customer services is not the typical aftermarket service that every brand has. For us, customer services is the entire journey. It starts from the moment somebody looks at our car images online and asks questions, all the way to buying, to using, and even to buying the second and the third car. At Smart, I always say customer services is the growth engine of the brand. This is where the actual experience happens, where the loyalty is actually converted. And this is important for us at Smart, because customers is literally in the center of everything that we do, is in the center of our decisions. We definitely listen to our customers and we prioritize their feedback in every development that we do within Smart. So Smart for us is not the way it was always thought in the automotive industry, where it is a cost driving engine. No, it's actually a growth and loyalty engine. And that's how it's unique for Smart.
Amazing. I didn't know that Smart was such a pioneer in the electric space, so that's amazing to hear. I want to talk now about some of the kind of new technologies that you're incorporating into the customer service process. I understand you're being quite pioneering in how you use different channels and how you appeal to different demographics. Can you maybe expand then on some of the new technologies that you're incorporating into the full user experience?
Technologies. Let's start with digitalization and over-the-air, for example, topics, because I think one of the unique things that we have at Smart is that our car, that the moment you buy the car and a couple of years later, that's not the same. The car keeps improving and keeps developing, and the car keeps being a trend-setting car for you, because what we do is that we incorporated the software to be a unique selling point and unique blend inside the car. And what we're doing there is that we're trying as much as possible to introduce new features and new functions for our customers. That's one of the things that I think is quite unique for us, because we are always improving the car for our customers, and we're improving the experience of the usage and the ownership journey for our customers when they drive the car. We introduced our first car, the #1, in 2022, and 2026 we introduced 8 OTAs, 8 over-the-air updates that introduced many different features, new functionalities that made the car even more improved and made it still relevant for the time that the customer has the car now, who bought the car in 2022. But also, what's important for us is that we have an intelligence platform that is enabling us to collect data from many different sources, including the voice of customer, because let's be honest, we also had some bugs when it comes to our software. And we are quite proud that we get our customers to tell us about these errors and these bugs, and we improve these bugs. So that's also another unique, let's say, technology that we have within Smart Europe, which is taking the data from everywhere that we are able to take the data from, blending it with the customer data, and being able to improve our product based on that. Another unique technology is what we develop in-house. When we started Smart, I was part of the founding team when there was not even a company, when it was a project. And we started with a greenfield approach, developed our own systems from scratch, and we started looking into the customer journey as a whole, not as fragmented pieces, as typically it is in any, traditional OEM that is available. Sales, marketing, aftermarket, no, we have that completely uniquely blended. So that means I'm able to understand what happens with my customers from the moment they click to buy the car till the moment they decide whether they want to continue buying the second car or not. So all this information, we're able to use it to derive intelligent matrices and intelligent data that helps us with the improvements that we have in the model years that we introduce, but also with the new cars that we're introducing, for example, and the connected features that we have. And basically that unique blend that we have, introducing it with AI, which we mostly develop in-house. We don't buy, we make as much as possible because we have a lot of expertise, and this excites our teams when it comes to the brand and the way they develop for our cars and for our customers. So that unique blend is actually what sets us apart when it comes to the tech stack that we have developed for Smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as cars are becoming more kind of tech integrated, more connected, more software defined, I guess we're beginning to see people's expectation of what a car is kind of shift. Do you think people now, maybe compared to 30 years ago, have different expectations on what their vehicle can do?
Is it expectations? Maybe, yeah. I can tell you this. Customer expectations are always there. It's just the ecosystem around it is shifted. Customers don't expect the car to take them from point A and to point B alone anymore. Customer expects the car to be part of the digital world. And let's be honest, for the last 10, 15 years, our lives have completely shifted. Our phones have become parts of our lives, and the digital ecosystem that we're living in is putting us as OEMs into the pressure point where we need to enable our cars and our services to be part of that digital ecosystem. So customers expect from us what they expect from Apple, from Amazon, from their Netflixes, to be able to easily connect with the car, to be able to operate the car easily. That's why at Smart we're introducing not just the car as a product with the connected services around it. The app is important for us because the customer would like to do everything from the palm of the hand, Everybody, my phone is not with me actually, but everybody has a piece of tech. And the customer would like, before they go on a trip, to see what happens with my car. How can I heat the battery for the charging to be faster? How can I actually preheat the car so I can go and the car is already warm in the cold winters that we have? So yes, expectations are changing, and we need to look at the customer expectation not within our industry alone. We need to look into what others are doing. That's why I'll give you an example. Actually, Spotify didn't come to do something that the music industry was not able to do alone. They had the product, they had the technology, but it took some outsiders to use piracy to convert it into a new experience, a new way to experience music. This is what we're trying to do within the car industry as well. We're taking the car with all the data that we have, especially with electric cars. We have so much potential with data, and we need to transform it into new way the customer can experience the car. And that's what the customers is expecting, to be always, trend setting, to be always following the trend, and even more, to connect with the customer's digital ecosystem, to provide the customer with more visualized data for them to be more comfortable with operating with the car, and to be able to proudly present themselves as part of that world that they have with us.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see OEMs really embracing that digitalization, and it's obviously very important to be adaptive and to incorporate those features rather than kind of sticking with tradition. I want to then take our mind to electrification. Obviously, you mentioned that Smart has been really pioneering when it comes to the green transition. In your opinion, what do you maybe see as maybe the biggest bottleneck in the industry, or something that's a challenge that's kind of stalling this transition?
Let me answer this question from the customer services point of view. I'm a customer service guy, so I'll answer it this way. I think the biggest challenge that we have in the EV adoption in general is not the ecosystem. It is actually education problem. It's awareness problem. The biggest barrier that the industry is facing right now is actually confidence. Why? Customers don't fear the plug. They are fine with the plug. They fear being stranded. I'm gonna tell you a small experience that I have. I'm a Dutch guy, moved to Germany 2020. The ecosystem of the charging infrastructure there was not fully there yet. Germany had problems. Fast forward 6 years later, Germany is leading when it comes to public chargers infrastructure across the country. So EV adoption is there. You see it everywhere where you go. The problem is customers have this charging anxiety, and we as OEMs need to start educating our customers that the anxiety should not be there. That's why we as Smart, for example, we partnered with Digital Charging Solutions, which is a public charging provider that has a charging network across Europe to make it for the customers easier to move from point A to point B within their own country, but also to take the big car that we have, the Smart #5, and to go from Netherlands to Spain, for example, to enjoy their vacation and know and trust and have confidence that they are able to charge along the way with the network that we have developed. So it is not an anxiety problem that we need to fix, it's an education problem that we need to address. And it's our jobs to educate our customers that there is an infrastructure around us, this is how the infrastructure look like, this is how you can use it, and the fear of the plug is not there. This is what we need to address, is the fear of the being stranded.
Yeah, and I think having that kind of human-centered approach, these are consumers, they're making choices based sometimes on emotion, and you as an OEM taking some responsibility and kind of driving that transition, I think is really, really honorable. I want to ask then just more generally about kind of some of the tech. There's obviously so much change in automotive all the time. Is there any kind of new technology that you've seen, possibly here, possibly elsewhere, that's really exciting you at the moment? What do you see as a kind of really pivotal new kind of development in the industry?
What excites me actually, so I've been hearing it while I'm walking in the corridors today quite a lot. AI. But for me, what excites me is AI that resolves issues, not AI that deflects. Let's be completely honest. Organizations, even before AI with the bots, they have been using bots to deflect customers. We actually should use AI more to resolve things for our customers. And AI connected with the car data. AI is an assistant during your driving experience or as a companion. These are the technologies that excite me. Software-defined vehicle is there for a long time. Now it's time for us to look into how can we enable AI to improve that experience for our customers. And this is something that every OEM now is trying to work on and to challenge with collaborations that they have with the likes of OpenAI and so on. And we at Smart are looking at this internally, how can we develop with our own solutions, but also looking at it externally as well. And I think one of the things that we started focusing on is taking it to the root. We wanted to look into technologies that enabling us to have faster resolution for our customers, to enable self-services for our customers. And we are working on developing, we even developed our own platform, smart.ai. It's an in-house developed platform led by a few people within the company who are very excited about this new technology and saw the opportunities with connecting that tools that they are building with our systems to enable the better customer experience during the customer services journey. And now it's time for us to take this beyond automating certain things for our customers, actually enabling AI automation for our network to have faster way to fix problems within the cars. And this is now the excitement that I have. It's the AI that resolves for our network and our customers.
Yeah, I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's this intentionality, not just technology for technology's sake, but solving real world problems is really important. So as we move now into kind of the last few moments here, I wondered if you could just reflect on possibly what's next for Smart. What's kind of on the horizon? What are some key priorities over the next 12, 24 months?
Yeah. When I got the call to join Smart in end of 2018, early 2019 as a project, the most exciting part was the icon, the smart, the cute 4.2 that we had.
Yeah.
This was a car that got the love for the brand the way no other brand did in the automotive world. Early this year, we actually announced our concept #2, which is the old icon, the 4.2 reinvented. And the buzz around it was beautiful. I've lately seen the car, actually, the concept car itself, and I can tell you, I'm very excited about introducing that car. In Paris Motor Show this year, we're going to be introducing the production car. So I'm very much looking forward to how our community will react with the same love that they had before to the new car, which is going to be reinventing the way urban mobility is going to be all about. But what the other thing that excites me is how we are going to challenge and reinvent customer services completely. It was also announced in Beijing that we are launching the Smart Care, which is a sub-brand that will enable us to put the customer services in the front of everything that we do, next to the marketing and sales efforts. And with that reinvention, we are putting the customer really in the center of everything that we do. The sub-brand, we're introducing it in Europe in a completely unique way, where we're going to offer products and services that gets our customers more excited, not just about buying a car that is very cool and very high tech with the ultimate battery platform and with amazing software that gets the customer to be completely connected and immersed with. Not just that, it's about my ownership journey. It's about how, when I have a breakdown, can I be supported? What can I do more out of my ownership journey? How can I customize my car even more with new products and accessories and services? And this is now the new platform that we're building for our customers. Smart Care is going to be introduced later this year. With that sub-brand, we are actually developing a new promise for our customers that will set us apart and will enable us internally to say, hey, customer services is really a growth engine, it's a loyalty driver, and it's a unique selling point for our customers. And with that, connected with the connected services, with the software, with marketing and sales, we're going to create a unique world for our customers that says Smart is not just the car, it's everything around the car. And that will enable us to be more connected with the community. That is definitely exciting me very much this year with Smart.
Yeah, so exciting. And I love your approach, the kind of importance of delighting your customer. I really feel that in your whole attitude to customer service.
Smart, I don't know if you can feel it, I'm very passionate. We have more than 300 people in Smart all over Europe that are even more passionate than me, because we have an opportunity to bring back the love brand that we had before in a very strong way. And this is what we're trying to do here. And human-centric approach is important, customer delight is important, because experience drives loyalty and loyalty compounds over time. And this is my job and my team's job, is to ensure that with the way we do customer services, especially with the launch of the sub-brand Smart Care, we're going to excite our customers and get them to be completely immersed with our brand even more.
Brilliant. Well, yes, I can definitely feel the passion. Look, thank you so much, Aymen, for taking the time to speak with us. I really hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Definitely will. Thank you very much for hosting me, and thank you for this opportunity. Really appreciate you for that.